We're gonna start packing for the next trip to Kentucky here. I'm going to take the Kubota L2501 with us. I've got forks there already. I'm gonna put the carryall on it, and I'm gonna take the bucket. Gotta fix some big ruts we made in the road with a telehandler. Don't have gravel on it yet. Some of the culverts were pretty fresh, so there's some big dips there. We just need something to help. I take the skid steer. It's a little heavy to drive 8 hours on a trailer. Kubota's real light. We'll get that there and see how it goes. But first, I've got to take everything out of this lean-to. Let's see. So, in here is a lean-to we built on the barn. Let me see if I can get it to focus in. I got snowplow, brush hog. We keep the Kubota in here, and then the skid steers behind it. I've got the pulverizer on the Kubota now. So just a little bit of implement jockeying, and then we should be about ready to get on the trailer. Swapped out. This is my dirty Kubota L2501. I built this carryall to put on this tractor and take to Kentucky with us. Gives it a little bit of ballast, put some shovels in there. Lots of room in the back if you want to haul things up and down the road. It is quick attach compatible, but you could see there on the other side and on this one, doesn't quite make it in. That's the culprit right there. So I could notch that out. I don't want to make this quick attach any weaker than it already is. It's kind of a small one for some of the big implements. Specs out, but I think I can kick this thing on. Like I say, I'm going to take it to Kentucky. It's going to spend most of its time just sitting in the woods waiting for us to come back. And while we're there, we won't need to take it off at all. So if we just bang it on here once and then take it off when we leave, like I say, it'll probably be there for a month or so, come back, maybe 2 months, and then we won't need this on there at all. If it was something I took on and off a lot, might go through the effort to modify. Still might do something to make it work a little better, but I don't think it's important for this trip. All right, so I got to think that I better just do something about this. I couldn't wrestle the thing on. It was too far. That metal was too close, and I couldn't get it to work. So I made a couple little lines. I don't know if you could see these here on the camera, where the quick attach rather comes in right here, and it needs to drop down a little. The carryall does after the pins seat, and it needs to slide back. So I think I want to make a cut here, and just bend this in, because this is actually wide enough for where I'll wind up, I think, and that should give it enough clearance. You guys can take a look there. That's what it looks like. I'm going to beat the other side a little more, and then we'll get it on the tractor. Okay, so you can see here, we got that in. Just that notch made just enough for that little taper to get in there. Pins fit in nice. We could put the locks down. Let's go do the other side. That one's locked in too. pin fits pretty nice. I was actually able to get a bigger gauge in there than we had before. I am going to put the receiver ball in there so we can move trailers around with this. I'm hoping you guys can see this here. When I go to put this drawbar in, this hole will not line up here. It only goes in that far. And that's because of this bar that I welded in there to give a little more rigidity back to the frame and a little something to bolt this receiver down to. So, we're gonna have to modify it. Okay, so I'm actually gonna use a different one. I've got this chop saw here, metal chop saw. There's a carbide metal cutting blade in there, which is pretty awesome. And in case anyone's wondering, I am aware of how sketchy this is. I've got a little magnet back here that's counting for this offset piece of wood down here, counting for this offset over here. We're just going to give it a little trim. I would not recommend doing this to anything you're going to drive 80 miles an hour down the highway with, but you can do whatever you want to the back of your tractor. And if you've never used one of these carbide blades, they are awesome. No sparks, that's not even hot. Put your hand right on it. Barely any burrs, hardly sharp. Works really well. Okay, let's give her a shot here. Perfect. Can't find the other end of the pin. All right, that worked real well. Just need to make another one for 2 5/8. Be good to go. This is a Dometic CFX, I believe, 75 dual zone fridge. So the dual zone means it has 2 compartments here that you can put your food, groceries, whatever it is, inside of it. It has baskets and dividers inside. And on this, let me see if I can set it around so you guys can see. On this control panel here, you can adjust the temperature of each zone separately. So you can have 2 fridges, 2 freezers, 1 of each, whatever you like. These things, I watched a lot of like overlanding videos, guys that are using these fridges in their Jeeps and slide outs, things like that. This is a big one. And when you don't have to put ice in a cooler, it is, 1, really convenient because you don't have soggy food. But 2, you could fit a lot in here. You know, it is water resistant. I don't, for what these things cost, have the guts to leave it out in the rain. We're taking a little bit of a gamble here, putting it in the back of the pickup. The weather's supposed to be nice. I've taken it before. We put it under a canopy or set something over it when we get there. In the back of this GMC truck, there is an outlet here. This is a 110 outlet that's activated by a switch in the dash. I turn that on and it runs the refrigerator while you're driving. It's pretty cold. Today it's 32 degrees. I probably don't even need to plug the thing in. We put drinks in this cooler, maybe not so concerned about them. We'll probably throw a bag of ice in there or maybe just leave them in the cooler and they'll stay pretty cold. The other thing I do sometimes is I have a Jackery battery unit. In fact, let me grab that. That's this one here. This has got a 110 outlet on it and also a 12 volt for like a cigarette lighter style. So this fridge will run on 12 volts. It runs very well on 12 volts. So I can plug this Jackery unit into that outlet, and I can plug the fridge into the battery. And so when we shut the truck off, if the outlet goes off, the fridge is good for a little while that way, but if you're going to do it for hours or even overnight or something and you don't have a place to plug the fridge in, this is just a 500 Jackery, but it will run that fridge for probably overnight. So here is this redneck load. We've got the skid steer trailer with the carry-all on it. We've got a tool chest full of tools, a Kubota. We have all of our treated deck boards on there for building the deck, both under the tractor and on this side. I loaded the tractor to one side. We've got an electric service. What I didn't show you guys so far, let me walk over here, is this setup. That's right, a second truck. Let me flip you back around here. This truck has everything else. So we got the 14-foot trailer. We're going to take the Ranger with us. We've got some scaffold setups on here, an office chair, because why not an office chair? Some more firewood. This is where we keep our gas jugs here. I've got a Gazelle tent in there. We've got an extension ladder on the top, the scaffold planks. Underneath here we have some more tools, lights, timber screws, sawhorses, ice and water shield for the roof. This is a setup that Dirty Mike and the boys will be taking. Comment below if you know what movie reference that is. But yeah, we'll be caravanning with the 2 trucks and trailers. My brother will be coming from Tennessee by Knoxville. He'll bring his Suburban with some more tools and hopefully another trailer that he has there. And he is cutting and loading up some of the sawmill lumber. That's what we'll be using for rafters and roof decking. That's what we'll be doing this trip. So anyways, I think we are just about packed up. I've got to go get my clothes put together. I'm going to edit this video before I go. Hopefully we'll get that uploaded maybe for while we're there. And we'll have lots of good footage to show you when we get back. Again, like, subscribe, share these videos with your friends. Really helps the channel. We're getting a few subscribers, a few new people watching. Really appreciate the support. Friendly comments below are always welcome. We like to see that, and let me know what you guys like to see so we know what to make. Anyways, we'll be back in a week.